light, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Still got a little light.
I'm hungry as shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, going this way, we literally going to the fucking
It's the way we came in, bro.
Camp Cataquilla.
You need to find your sense of direction, man.
The GPS got my sense of direction fucked up right now.
It sure does. All the way.
What'd y'all just get done doing, Bo?
Shot a little scene up here at this rock church. Pretty cool church, man. It's got a big boulder on the inside and outside, like the church is built around it. So we come up here and go sometimes.
Yeah.
Every once in a blue moon. Pretty cool spot.
No, it is.
Ground,
Yeah, tucked off too. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You excited about this track?
Yeah, it's a good little jam, dude.
Yeah.
I enjoy riding to it. I hope everybody else does too.
Yeah, man. Especially like the success of the last one that y'all did, Real to Me. You know, that just came out a week ago, and this is, you know, less than a week ago when this is being filmed. It'll probably be uploaded one day next week, but it's doing really well, dude.
Yeah, that's a good jam too, man. I enjoy that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with every week that you've been dropping, man, like that.
Hold on, what we got right here, boys? Y'all need a dishwasher?
Actually gonna be dropped tomorrow.
We thought we put Jeep on.
Alright, so just tell you, man, it's 45 right here, but when you get on up, it's 55. So you need to do the speed limit, you're gonna get run over. See what that says right there, boy?
I'm doing it.
55.
It's 45. It's
55. So the rule of thumb is if you can read the sign, then you're good.
Oh, for real?
Oh, hell yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, that's
Okay.
Jambo's rule. I thought that's how
Jambo.
it was. I mean, how else it gonna work?
No, for sure, I get it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, like this is the 9th week, bro. This is 9 weeks in, y'all been doing this.
Yeah.
And y'all been dropping every week for the last 9 weeks. How many songs do you think you have now?
I want to say, I think it was, we figured it up the other day, and it's like 70 something, 76.
Yeah.
Something like that, man. So we're just, steady stacking them up, man.
Yeah, and how do you feel about like when you first started doing this 9 weeks ago, like going to the studio? How much, like, what difference do you see then to now? Now that you've gotten used to it a little bit.
We've got on a little bit more of a schedule, man. So it's kind of like clockwork. I know what days I'm going to the studio, and man, we got it planned out. So I kind of can figure how many songs I can get done in a allotted time that we have, man. So
Yeah.
it's just business, man. It's it's just like a job. You get in there and handle business, man, and try to put out the best product you can.
Yeah.
And so it's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Get on across top of the mountains, man. So we're getting down there on that interstate. You never know what you're gonna get into down there on that road. You know what, boy?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Did you spend a lot of time down this way where we're at now in your lifetime, or has it just been?
Oh yeah, man. We used to do a lot of rock climbing up at Little Rock City, and Little River's right down the road here, man. Do a lot of kayaking. There's a hippie hole down there, man. You can get naked and jump off some cliffs.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know about now.
Yeah.
But there was a time you could get naked. And, I bet it's probably so populated now, man. I think they even made down stairs and shit down there to it. So I wouldn't advise that.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least back in the day, it was
But you
like
can still go jump off the cliffs and shit, man. Hell, it's a good time.
Dude,
So,
what do you think one of the craziest things you've ever done is? And I'm not gonna say in a bad way, just something like maybe risk, like something like that, like you said about rock climbing and stuff like that. You seem like the kind of person that probably kind of likes to do stuff like that, right? Like maybe back in the day, was it like that?
I mean, I couldn't pinpoint one thing. There's been so many risky situations I've been in, man, that I can't believe I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's the same for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Man, and it's like, I think one of the more dangerous things that people do when they're young is getting vehicle, man, that's fast and get out there and be trying to stunt that motherfucker, you know,
Yeah.
man? Or get on a bike and get out there and trying to full throttle that bitch, you know, man?
Yep.
And it's like, it's just a split second, you know, just anything off, man.
It's over with.
It's over with,
Yeah.
you know, bro. So, and I've been going really fast in a lot of different automobiles and bikes and stuff, man. And I'm just glad that I came out alive on that, you know, man. So,
Yeah. Like street
but,
bikes?
Yeah, just
yeah.
anything that goes fast, you know, man. Like, I mean, you know how you are when you're a kid,
Yeah.
and your buddies are rooting you on.
Yeah.
Pretty much gonna do whatever, you know, to fucking get them to shut up, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like now, bro, it's crazy how like that stuff now online, like that community, like the street bike community stuff, that shit's crazy. Like as far as the videos that people will post, because everybody has like GoPros or something on their bikes.
Oh yeah, man.
It shows them like lane splitting and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. And lift prayers up for them folks out there stunting like that, man, because I know it's a dangerous lifestyle, you know.
Yeah.
You lose brothers every day. Same thing with like drugs and shit, man. Popping pills and shit, you're gonna lose folks, you know.
So that's all a risk in itself, man, especially now.
Rapping, the first time I heard that Tupac jam, bro.
Which Tupac?
I don't even know.
Better question: how old were you when you wrote on paper your first rap?
Man, it wasn't until I was older, but I was
But you
writing.
was like
but I
rapping?
started writing, like I fell in love with writing, not raps, but more like just some
Poetry and shit?
dark poetry type feeling, you know, man, just adolescent shit, man, you know.
Yeah.
And
When you was about how old when you started doing that?
I want to say about 11.
11. How old were you when you recorded your very first song in the studio or anywhere? Just like when you could listen back to your very first song, even if it was on your phone. How old were you at that age?
I don't have none of the old stuff. Like that.
How old were you? How old were you? Remember you being when you recorded your very first song? It could have been recorded on a phone in the studio, anything. How old?
I want to say probably like 27 or something like that.
27?
Like I ain't really, like everything I wrote, you know what I mean, man? I ain't really, I was just writing it, man, getting it out of me. I didn't think about spitting it at nobody, for real. You know what I'm saying, bro? I've been like,
Yeah.
I just write this shit for somebody else to tell the story. But then you go back, it's like, can't nobody really tell the story like you feeling it, you know, man? So
Yeah.
it was just a process of, you know, your voice on paper and then your voice off paper. You know, man, you're writing the story and now I'm finna tell you the story and the emotion and everything that comes with getting it out of you live and telling it, you know, man, like from the horse's mouth. You ain't reading this book, it's an audio book, baby. Turn this shit up. You know?
So was there ever a point after you started recording your music and you laid down your first few tracks where you're like, dang, I could actually do this. I'm kind of talented. Like I'm gonna see where I can take it.
Man, I've always been my own worst critic with all of it. Every time I do something, I hear it, I'm like, man, that sounds like bullshit. You know what I mean? Like all of them, like you know, man, I'm just, you know, picking it apart. Like I don't think people are gonna understand that story how I wanted them to get it if I don't get the song out of me how I wrote it. You know what I mean? And the feeling and the emotion and just the rawness of the story you're telling.
You think that's why it took you so long to really start doing this for real? Do you think it was the own self-critic thing, or was it just life and or both, probably?
For real, man, it was, I ain't never had a whole lot of monies, and I've always worked hard, but what I've worked for, I've been generous and made sure my people was taken care of, you know what I mean? And I ain't never really had it enough to feel good about putting it into something, just a hobby, you know, man?
For sure,
like,
for sure.
So it just worked out, man. When the Lord blessed me over the last 2023, you know, man, blessed me enough that I was able to really, you know, do something with it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the gist of that. And it's like, okay, I'm getting old. Like, bro, you gonna have to, if you want to do something, man, go on and give it a shot. And that's where we at.
Yeah. You know that one up. Yeah. You know that. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, that's fire, dude. And like you said, and that's the only thing that sucks, man, is like, think about, for one, how talented you are and how well received all this has been. And because of the unfortunate thing, the monetary thing, that kept you from being able to share all that stuff with the world all these years. And I know timing's everything, and the universe works how it's going to work. But that's what's even better about the story that you're telling right now. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I wouldn't have it no other way, bro. Like on the real, if I would have put stuff out like in my 30s, man, I wouldn't be here still. You know, man, like I know me. I get out in some strange area fucked up, man, and get into it with some motherfuckers. Next thing you know, I'm fucking got 2 to the head. Yeah. That's all a jambo. You know, man, so I really think it was the Lord looking out for me, man. And I mean, because life's short. It don't matter how old you are, man. Life's short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all you young bucks out there think you young and we old shit. Got something coming to you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
So just hang on for the ride, man, and enjoy it. And let everything happen naturally. Let it come when it does, man.
Yeah.
So
How did you meet Banks and like Cotton and them? Like how did that come about? How long y'all known each other?
I know Banks, man, back way back in 231 days.
Okay.
Them white boys, they're just rocking the stages and doing their thing.
Oh, that's what you was talking about when the clip about Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, man. So that was, I think that might have been the first night we ever run into each other, man, was at that show.
What year was that?
Shit, I don't know, dude.
Roughly.
I have no idea, bro.
That had to be like 2000.
I think that's police up there, man, just so you know. I mean, you can go 65, bro. If you go 45, they definitely gonna pull us over.
Bro, that may have been like 2000, like from 2008 to like 2011, somewhere around there.
Oh wow. Okay, so y'all been knowing each other for a minute.
Yeah.
And then y'all just linked back up like within the past several months. It was just one of those things where you just, the Drip song came about and you wanted to record it?
No, it was finally linked back up. Got them old videos, that Flush and that Thank You Mean
Oh,
video.
okay. So Banks did, you did those two, Banks?
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Got them back and was like, hey man, let's record something. I shot to the studio, recorded Drip, and then come back out and shot it, and it did some pretty good numbers, so decided to mash on the gas a little bit and see what happened. And it's been a good, smooth ride, man, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Let's talk about the success of No Problems, dude.
That's
Okay.
crazy, man. Because it's what's so wild about the songs. Like, I got songs that I would pick to shoot a video to, and then, you know, but there's songs they would pick. You know what I mean? And the ones that we always end up shooting is not something that I would have picked first, you know?
Yeah.
And so to see like a song like No Problems that I recorded and didn't think nothing else about it take off like it did is just goes to show you never know what tomorrow holds, man. You know, like you can make your plans and everything laid out, and then it could be switched up in the blink of an eye, you know, man? So it's just cool to see how the people responded to that, and man, it's just been a wild ride,
dude. It's crazy. Like Cotton, where y'all had like 2.2 on that one on YouTube.
2.3 million.
2.3 million on YouTube.
Close to 2.4 now.
Yeah, and that's crazy, bro. And like seeing the reactions, and like that's when you know this stuff's really starting to get steam, when reactors start to that had no clue about it get told, hey, you need to react to this JamWayne guy. And seeing those people react to you is so cool, because they have a perception before they hit play and then they hear you, and it totally changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's neat. I had never watched a reaction video until my mom and dad showed me one, and they was like, "This dude cracked us up. You know, you gotta check it out."
Yeah.
So I watched it. And it was pretty funny. So yeah, I appreciate all the people doing them. You know, it's neat watching first reactions on your music, because I know I probably don't look like what you thinking.
No, for
what it is.
Right, but that's the cool thing about it, bro. Like, that's the cool thing about, like, everything about what you got going on is you're proving to the world that, like, you can't. And we spoke about it the first interview about judging a book by its cover, and you saying I wouldn't pick me up, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But like, if people just get past that, because then there's other times where you'll see somebody and you're like, this dude looks like he could rap his ass off, and he starts rapping and he's trash, bro. Yeah. It's the complete opposite. You know what I mean? So it's just cool. It's just cool to see, like, you surprising a lot of these people that have a perception of you before they actually hear you. You know?
Yeah, man. I think, you know, it's like, you know, we pass different people on the street every day. You don't know where that person just came from, what they're going to, what they've been through. You know, man. So same thing with the music and with anybody in life, man. You don't know what that other person is holding in their heart. You know, and the scars they have from life and where they grew up, who their friends are, man, who their enemies are, who they've buried, you know, who they look up to, and what's influenced them in their life to be the person they are, to dress like they do, you know, man, to talk like they do. So, and with the internet and the web and everything, man, it's like all the people now on earth are influenced by so many different things.
Yeah.
You know, man, so it's just a collective collage of all that shit mashed in and then pushed out into your own words. You know, man, because a lot of us, as humans, we go through some of the same emotions, you know, man, the ups and downs, hang-ups, addictions, hurts, habits, hate, love, you know, man, all the emotions you feel while you're walking the earth. You know, man, it's like, we all feel that shit.
Yeah.
You know, man, so.
Check to the 1-2. Check to the 1-2.
To the one, these are some pretty cool books, man, like the art.
That's
It's
fire.
like some Secret Garden shit. Remember that movie?
Hell yeah.
Secret Garden.
What's your favorite movie, though? You got one? You know, I do a movie podcast too, movie and wrestling podcast. Whenever you come to Nashville, you'll have to do that one, and then we got I got some shit to say when it's our music one. You'll have to get on both of them. But you a big fan? I know you're a big fan of movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of your favorites?
I mean, there's so many good ones, dude. I like Snatch. I think that would have to be up there, one of my top.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Brad Pitt kills that shit.
I can't even think, man. Favorite movies.
You like mafia movies?
Yeah.
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 Goodfellas, Casino, them kind. That's my favorite one. I love comedies too, but
yeah, man, I just don't remember. Like I don't keep up with movies a whole lot. You know, I watch them a whole lot. Like it's like a specialty.
Yeah.
If we sit down and watch a movie. For one, because I can't hardly sit down the whole time.
Right.
And then the storyline pisses me off, man. It's like, dude, they could have went such a better route with the story. And they put this dumb shit together.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Were you ever into horror movies as a kid? Or?
Oh, yeah, I like horror movies.
Yeah. That's my favorite kind of movies, horror movies.
Yeah.
Are you, who's your favorite between like Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy, or Leatherface?
Well, I hate all them motherfuckers, and I believe I could take on any of them.
You probably could.
Yeah. So if that's what it's coming to, and I had to face them, because when I watched them, I didn't ever picture myself as buddies with these creatures.
Yeah.
I picture myself as, this is what I'm up against. You know what I mean? So I don't want to
Yeah.
Be friends now, shit.
Right. Who's the? Okay, here's a go. Who's like if you had to pick one, who would be the scariest to you
Scary.
of those four? Michael Myers, Jason, Leatherface, Freddy. Like, did you watch them growing up or anything?
I would probably have to say Freddie, the one in the dreams.
That's me too, man.
Cause man, it was like when you went to bed at night, you was thinking about Freddie coming to get you in your dreams.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I can see a white mask coming.
Yeah.
I run from him for a while.
Yeah.
He gonna catch up eventually, but shit. But him getting in your dreams, man, because I mean, you know how you can have a dream, man, and wake up and you'd be so relieved it wasn't real, but it felt so real, you know. So
do you have speaking of dreams, now that we're on that, are you a person that remembers your dreams a lot? I know we dream every night, they say, but very rarely do I wake up and remember that I dreamed. You know what I'm saying? That I dreamt something. Do you have like vivid dreams like that a lot?
I think I remember the ones I'm supposed to. I've forgotten a lot of dreams, you know.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of them I have remembered. A lot of crazy dreams. I think the enemy attacks us in our dreams.
Yeah.
You know, and you can wander too deep off that path and really bring in some
dude
shit on your head, you know, man.
Like,
so it's just I don't know, man. It's just like a different realm. It's a beautiful realm. I love dreams, man. You know? I mean, they make you feel. You ever like fell in your dream or been flying?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
have you ever? So you know the whole thing people say about with dreams, like if you're falling and then you in your dream, if you don't wake up before you hit,
that's bullshit.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Fall off the bed?
You know. I always thought that because everybody's like, "Man, you're gonna have a heart attack if you hit the ground in your dream." It's like I don't know, man. That shit's crazy. And you're very. Let's talk about the like this. We was talking about it in the car too, but like you're a very spiritually driven person, right?
Well, I just I guess know enough to know the truth from what's not.
Yeah,
truth. What's really make believe, you know, man.
Yeah.
So what I know to be true, you know, man, is I can't turn my back on that truth that I know, no matter how wild and crazy I act. You know, man. So as far as me being a spiritual person, I have been spiritual in my life.
Yeah.
You know, man, I feel like his spirit's upon me, but do I act like I'm a spiritual person 99% of the time? No, man. I'm pretty wild. I mean, I drink and cuss and I mean, I don't know how to control myself on some levels, you know, like I guess it's just the country in me, man. But I do like to think on the spiritual things and read some scripture and try to dwell on it and try to understand and try to communicate with God and speak to my spirit, man, and tell him, you command it to lead me in the right way I should go. You know, man? Like, but I don't consider myself like spiritual.
That's what I meant. What you were saying, I guess you're very knowledgeable of that, of all that stuff, of the Bible and like of like the scriptures and stuff like that. Did you like growing up? Was your family heavy into church and stuff growing up? Was that something that was you in and out of church like a lot as a kid?
Yeah, we went to church, man. So we'd go to Sunday school and stuff, and you'd hear all the stories and this and that. So yeah, it was stuck to me at a young age, I guess. Like a better words. Introduced. But a lot of times it's just like school. You're just learning shit, man. You don't comprehend and you don't grab something with your heart and your spirit. But you know, it's kind of like what's that movie with the blue people when they got the tails that hook in. and that's
Oh,
where
you
they
talking
connect.
about? Oh my gosh, they just made another one.
Avatar.
Avatar. Yeah.
It's kind of like that when
Yeah.
when you lock into your spiritual self,
Mm-hmm.
you know, man, or when you lock into the great spirit or the spiritual realm, and you have that understanding. It's a lot of things in this world and life make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You know, man, it just.
Have you always felt like that, or is that something that along like as you grew up, like that's something that you were you did you always feel that understanding or connection to that side of things, or is that something that just over your life experiences you just kind of realize that's what this is? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's through like just spending time in prayer and
Mm-hmm.
crying out to God and really trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Man, like what? If you're there, man, I need some answers because I'm pretty much at the bottom of this shit, you know, and
Yeah.
I could need some help.
Yeah.
And just being at that low place and just crying out to God, man, spending time in the Word.
Mm-hmm.
And you study these things and these stories of times past, man, and just sit there and let it soak in, man, and let the Spirit teach you. You know, meditate on it and study on it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because that world is full of so much darkness, dude. You know, it's fed to us daily by the truckloads with everything, all the content, all the movies, all the shit.
Games.
Game, you know, man. So it's like in a world full of garbage. I want to eat something that's pure. You know, man. I need something that's clean.
Yep.
And that just gets me away from the garbage. You know, man. And that's what I guess my walk. Anyway.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was wondering. Because like that kind of stuff is different, man. That stuff, because that's the reason I wanted you to touch on that stuff is because just talking with you, you know, over the last 8-9 weeks and stuff, and interacting with you, like that's the way you are there. That bleeds over into like your music, like some of the stuff that you'll talk about in your music, and like the pain that you hear in some of those songs that you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Do you? Here we go. Since you started doing the music this past 9 weeks, right? Because we're 9 weeks in with this since y'all really started hitting the gas, you know, and it's doing amazing. Like you're doing, I don't know how much you really grasp it, but like what you're doing isn't done like you're doing it to like for an impact. And like, how is your mental health like, or how are your spirits like since all that started? Has that really lifted you up since you started seeing the music and you're getting to put that out and people are enjoying it and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's definitely surreal, man. And it's been neat to be able to take time off of my regular job and just focus on writing and doing getting these songs down. And just to kind of relax and enjoy life a little bit, you know. And it's been nice. Yeah, so I feel like I could do this shit every day.
You're going to, bro. And some of the stuff that we've talked about off camera that we won't speak about on here, but just knowing the consistency that y'all are committing to, and that I'm committing to with y'all all that I can, you know, it can't help but to work because of the amount of stuff that you have that you're continuing to create. Here's another question I want to ask you. Being that you've been able to put out so many songs or record so many songs, right? How is it still flowing to you like water? Like new stuff? Is it still, I know we all go through times where you're kind of stuck on, you know, is that still coming as natural, like as easily as it was from the beginning?
Well, it's like there's different things. If you get stuck, there's different ways to get yourself out of that. You know, man. Like for me, I can take my shoes off and go walk barefoot outside on the rocks, you know, man, and it'll wake me up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something will come to me. So, and it's nothing that should be hard. If like you got writer's block or something, man, take a step back and just do something, you know, man.
No, for sure, dude.
Out of the norm.
No, and that's
wake your senses up, you know.
Yeah, and I think that which we talked about in the first interview, but people are so tied to the phones that like they don't even, like, most people wouldn't even think to do what you just did, what you were talking about, to try to get the mental block moved out the way, you know?
Yeah.
Because everybody's so driven by the phones and stuff, man. The amount of stuff that you've got coming out, like when this drops, you'll already have one out. It'll already be out, so we can talk about it. The new track that y'all are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, it's actually an older song that I had, and when I got the beat and I was going through it and I was just kind of freestyling, I said something that reminded me of this older hook, and I was like, okay. And so I dug that up, and it's basically talking about, man, it was an old passage of scripture, I think Romans like 7:15 or 7:19. And it's saying, you know, the things I want to do, like I want to do right, but I don't do right. I keep doing the shit I don't need to be doing. We don't say shit. I keep doing the things I don't need to be, you know, I keep sinning.
Yeah.
But I ain't trying to sin. I'm trying to do right, you know, man. But I just, so the things I want to do is what I don't do. And the things I don't want to do, that's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, man. So it's really just going through, man, and just talking about life, man.
Yeah, dude.
You know, man, and shit we go through.
Yeah, you're definitely, it's a great, I mean, it's already out now if y'all haven't, and they'll already be working on the next one. And also too, when this drops, Got 'Em Mad is out as well, which is dope.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we was able to make that happen. But I'm glad we was able to wrap up the interview. I know we did the first half in the car, and it was dope. There was some really cool conversations in there too. But I'm glad that we was able to get this portion as well. And as we're doing this, you've got to finish filming the video for 719. Of course, we're in a time warp, so when it drops, it'll already be out. You know, that's the cool thing about phones and stuff. But I just wanted to check back in with you, man, and I wanted to tell you that, and I've already told you, we keep in close contact, but keep doing what you're doing, bro, because you're going to continue to level up, and you're going to keep winning because I already know what you have, and I know what you have coming, you know. And as long as you keep doing what you're doing, bro, this is going to be what you do. You can do this as long as you want to do it, you know. And I can assure you that, Bubba.
I appreciate the encouragement, dude.
Yeah, dude. Because you're an encouragement to a lot of people, man. You know, I know you don't be on the social media stuff a lot, but I know people tell you kind of certain things, and you're inspiring a lot of people just by being you, bro. You're not trying. It's just you. It's just finally getting to be seen, you know, and it's inspiring a lot of people, all walks of life, not just one specific demographic. It's definitely something that I haven't seen, as long as I've been doing the music thing, I haven't seen an impact like yours I don't know if I've ever seen it in this way. So I just wanted to tell you that, just to let you know what you're doing is right. Just keep doing it.
You know, I feel like I haven't done much, but just write some music.
I know, but that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying, man? And the people I got around me and the team that I got with me, man, I couldn't be doing none of this shit without them. You know, man. So
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, man. Well, Jambo, I love you, dog, and we're looking forward to seeing more stuff from you. ChadArmesTV, JamWayne.
Yeah, ChadArmesTV.